Let's talk about a situation that isn't looking out for the player at all. What's the deal with this? Hey, we're cutting this guy, but not till 4 o'clock. If anybody wants to make some final offers for this guy, and that guy going from potentially picking where he goes next, like the Green Bay Packers allegedly is where he wanted to go. Who knows if any of that was legitimized or not, to getting traded to the Panthers for a 6th-round pick. Stephon, I'm sure, happy to be going back to Carolina, going to get a bigger deal, and that was probably a part of the whole trade agreement or whatever was expected. But why is that happening where announcements of people being released are happening and then they're getting traded afterwards? That seems like that's fucking the player. Am I wrong?
A couple of things. First of all, I don't believe a new deal is going to be part of this. I mean, if he plays well in Carolina, which...
A 6th-round pick was all it took to just get the guy for the rest of the year?
Not a 6th-round pick. A future 6th-round pick. So the actual value is the 7th-round pick, which is less. So, yes, no new deal. No new deal coming in Carolina as far as I know. He's going to play in a couple weeks. He'll be healthy. He is going to move into his house. You know, like a lot of players have houses in places where they are from, so they have like a home base, basically. His home base is 3 houses down from Scott Fitterer, the GM of the Panthers, so they can go hang out and smoke some meat and talk about stuff. Like, I think that's kind of cool.
Barbecue. Yeah.
But to answer your question, this is kind of a new thing. And I've been in the middle of it at various times where you report something, a guy's informed of his release, and you say, okay, well, that's that. He'll be out done at 4. And then you start getting calls from teams, and they're like, hang on, just so you know, he hasn't actually been released. Somebody may trade for him, and you had to be like, oh, wait. Oh, Belichick put out a statement saying goodbye, and then everybody was like, okay, but it's not till 4. Maybe I'll just jump in and trade for him. So it's kind of a technique teams have used.
Why is it not till 4? I thought it was.
It doesn't screw the play.
Hey, why is it not till 4? I thought it was just processing the papers. It's over there. It's over.
No, once those transactions aren't official till 4. So like we've actually seen it where so Gunnar Olszewski, the All-Pro returner for the Patriots, was literally informed he was cut, and then called back and like, actually you're not cut. We're going to trade someone else and give you a roster spot, and then he became an All-Pro. Like that happens because it's not official until a certain time.
That's insane. I know that's when rosters are being created, I think, right? The middle of the season I thought would just be differently. I thought it was a procedural thing because it seems like, I don't know. And it's great that Stephon's getting to go back home and everything like that, but the initial reports was he was going to go to the Packers, and allegedly, were any of that, was that ever considered from your reporting and your sources?
Yes, I know he liked the Panthers a lot, and they have maintained interest in him. Like they were one of the teams that discussed maybe trading for him earlier. I know the Packers he liked a lot. The problem is, you know, it's a $7 million salary. It hits the cap all at once. The Packers just really didn't have room. So
everybody has room.
They could have signed him as a free agent because then they maybe would have given him a 2-year deal and changed massage the cap a little bit, whatever. But just as a trade with no alteration to the contract, they wanted it, he wanted it, but I think he wanted the Panthers too, and he seems very happy.
Okay, good news. He will not be able to come back until after the physically unable to perform list designation of 6 weeks is finished because they traded his contract as opposed to creating a new one. So he won't be back until week 7, which is 2 weeks from now.